Welcome back to Cabin View Ventures. So today is the big reveal. The new tractor is finally here. Now it's been here for a couple days, but the weather's been so bad I have not had a chance to shoot this video. We just had that tropical storm Debbie roll through and we ended up getting about 8 inches of rain in 24 hours, which is a lot for where we live in Pennsylvania. So finally got a beautiful day to walk around and talk about this new tractor. Now, if you notice behind me, I also just got the Wolf Ridge bagging station. So that right there is the 1 1/4 cubic foot bucket. And then just below it is the 0.75 cubic foot bucket. So stay tuned for a future video where we're gonna get that all set up and go over it. Now, I have not spent any time on this new tractor, so I am not familiar with all of the features, functions, everything that this tractor can do. So what we're gonna do today is walk around it. I'm gonna talk about what I know, but more importantly, I wanna go over the main reasons I bought this tractor, because I have 3 very specific reasons for this particular model. And I think that's going to be helpful for any of you that are shopping for a large compact tractor right now. So let me get you guys set up. I want to pull the tractor out front and we're going to talk about it. Alright guys, here it is, the Kubota Grand L4060 limited edition. So we're going to walk around this tractor. We'll start at the front, work our way around, talk about some of the important features that this tractor offers, and then we're going to put it right to the test and move one of my big firewood baskets. Alright, so let's do a quick walk around and then we'll get to the 3 main reasons I went with this model. Now again, you've got the L4060 limited edition, the LA805 loader, a 72-inch light material bucket. And this bucket is anything but light material. This thing has a lot of reinforcement on the sides, the front cutting edge, and the whole top is reinforced really well. Your quick attach. One really nice thing I like is this side exit exhaust. So if you've ever worked in front of a tractor that has a front exit exhaust, it blows right in your face as you're trying to load material into the bucket, which is really annoying. Nice padded floor. Your split brake. Your low, medium, and high shift lever, 4-wheel drive, and your rear diff lock. The suspension seat, we'll flip this up. Everything back here is sealed off really nice. Let's climb into the seat here. So you've got your electric PTO, your 3rd function control lever, your throttle, and your joystick for the loader. I really like the joystick for the loader being back here, especially with an armrest. It just gives you a nice comfortable place to rest your hand. And Kubota's hydraulics are second to none. That is one thing I like the best about them. They work very well. Very easy to control. I have not found another tractor company that can top that. And then you've got some empty spots back here. If you have rear remotes, that's where your control levers for that will be. Another really nice thing with the Grand L's is the new design for the treadle pedal. I don't know why they don't use this on all of their tractors, because with this one having that little extension for the forward control, it allows you to keep your heel on the ground. So it's a lot more comfortable on your leg when you're transitioning from forward to reverse. The tilt steering wheel. You've got your controls for the dash right there. I'll try to keep you out of the sun here. Let's flip this on. Now, one really nice thing about this, if you scroll through, hopefully you guys can see that okay. You've got your trip screen with your hours on it. You can see what gear you're in, you can see what time it is, and you can see how fast you're going. You've got a digital speedometer. As we toggle through this page right here, it gives you an average of gallons per minute usage, or gallons per hour usage. So that will come in real handy if you're using this tractor for any kind of business purposes. Maybe you're mowing large acreages. That'll really help you calculate your fuel cost accurately, so you're charging your customers the right price. Your rear PTO. This gives you some different setup for your the hydrostatic plus transmission. You've got auto throttle, and you've also got auto. This has a hydro dual speed control. So not only do you have your low, medium, and high gear, you've also got a low and high for each of those. So you can see right there your rabbit and your turtle mode, which drastically changes how fast or how much power you have in each of those either low, medium, or high main gears. There you can see how your filter, your diesel particulate filter is getting clogged up. So once you get to 100%, you need to do a regen. And then you've got your maintenance log. So you can see how many hours are on all your filters, your oil change. Back to our trip. Now, because this is a limited edition, it actually means you're losing some function over the normal L4060. I don't know all of them exactly. I do know one of them is the cruise control. So normally you would have a cruise control switch right here, which from what I understand is very easy to add if you do need it. Another thing is the function to allow you to operate the rear PTO while you're off of the tractor. So if you did want to install like a rear wood chipper or something, or a rear log splitter that needs to run off of your PTO and you need to be off of the tractor to operate it, this tractor does not have the function to allow you to do that. But again, I think that is something you can add pretty easily to this tractor. Moving on to the rear. So I decided to go with a quick hitch. I have never had a quick hitch on any of my tractors before, so I figured it was time to give this thing a try. My last tractor, I had the Pat's quick hitch, which just had the lower hooks on the lower arms there. So all you had to do was line them up, pick up your implement a little bit, and then hook up that top link, which was really easy to do. So hopefully this thing will be just as easy and help save some time when you're moving between your rear implements. The Grand L series tractors have a lot of lift capacity for this 3-point hitch. You've got these massive lift cylinders in the back. This tractor has just over 2,700 pounds of lift capacity, 24 inches behind these rear lift points here. So you can lift a whole lot of weight on the back end of this tractor. These rear tires are filled, and these are two-piece wheels. So you can actually change the width, the rear tread width of this tractor. Right now they're set up for the widest, but you can actually flip that hub around and move these wheels in quite a bit. Now, I went with the R4s because of all the lifting I'll be doing, but the rear tread width on this tractor is 69.5 inches. So I did not get rear spacers, which I usually put on my tractors, but with this tractor being so wide in the rear, I think it's going to have plenty of stability when I'm working on my hills and moving my firewood baskets around. So I want to use it for a little while, see how it feels, and then if I need to add some rear spacers, I'll do it at a later point in time. Here you got a better view of that treadle pedal design for the Grand Ls. This is really nice. Having your fuel fill right here instead of up on the hood, it's going to be easy to put fuel in this tractor. It's also going to add to your stability because now you have all that weight of the fuel right in the center of the tractor at a low point, which is exactly where you want weight for stability. So that's the basics. Now, getting into the three main reasons I went with this model. So, the three most important things to me when I was shopping for a new tractor. 1 was the lift capacity. 2, the hydraulic flow and pressure. And 3, the price. This was the first model in Kubota's lineup that met all of the requirements I needed, and being a limited edition came in at the best price. So, the loader, the LA805 loader. Now, if you didn't know, my previous tractor was a Kubota L3901. That loader was the LA525, which had about 1,100 pounds of lift capacity at the pivot pins. The LA805 has 1,700 pounds of lift capacity at the pivot pins. Now, Kubota is pretty well known for underrating their lift capacity. You will find videos out there of these loaders lifting well over what Kubota claims they can lift. I know this tractor will have absolutely no problem lifting my firewood baskets because I was just able to lift them with the L3901 and the 525 loader. Now, my heaviest baskets are face cords of freshly split red oak. Those baskets weigh in at about 1,800 pounds. So right there, I was already well over my lift capacity for the L3901. Moving them was not easy. I was able to lift them off of the ground, probably a couple feet, but I kept them as low to the ground as possible because it made the back end of the tractor very light and very unstable, making it pretty dangerous to move them around. So I only moved them around on flat level ground. I lifted them off the ground just as high as I needed to move the tractor, and I went extremely slow with a lot of caution. And that tractor had loaded rear tires, and I put my 500-pound box blade on the back for counterweight. So this tractor being quite a bit bigger, a longer, wider wheelbase, much bigger rear tires on it, which are also loaded. And then I will also use my same box blade. It's a 72-inch box blade, weighs in at 500 pounds. I'm going to have a lot more counterweight on that tractor, plus the added lift capacity of this loader. So I have not done it yet, but I am 100% positive moving those firewood baskets is not going to be a problem. Now let's move around to the front, because the next thing I want to talk about is hydraulic flow. Alright, so hydraulic system capabilities were very high on my list because I wanted the ability to run a front mounted log splitter. Now I know that's not common on a compact tractor, but it is possible. And there's one company out there that sells one specifically for a compact tractor, and that is Easton Made. So if you go to Easton Made's website, they have it listed as a mini skid steer splitter, the MS324. But if you read down in the description, they list compact tractor. They also have a video, at least one or two, of them using that exact model on their Kubota Grand L4060. Now that's important because the Grand L4060 has the same exact hydraulic system, pumps, flow rate, and pressure as the Grand L4060. So when we look at the Grand L family, you've got the 35, the 40, the 47, the 50, the 54, and the 60. So, like I said, once you get to the 40 up to 60, you have the same exact hydraulic capabilities. So I know for a fact that this tractor will be able to operate that Easton-made log splitter. One nice thing that they did too is they offset that splitter to the right side a little bit, so you have really good visibility of it down the loader arm. So if you look between the tractor and the loader arm, you can see all of the splitting head on that splitter. So you'll easily be able to line up your logs and split them. Now, that made me wonder, are there other skid steer listed log splitters that will work on a compact tractor? And I haven't found any that specifically list for compact tractor, but I guarantee you a lot of them out there will work. You just have to find one that's going to have flow rate. Basically flow rate is what you'll see them listed as, that will be similar to your tractor. So this has 9.4 gallons of flow per minute to the loader. All of the hydrostatic tractors between the 40 and the 60 have that 9.4 gallons of flow. If you get a gear drive or a shuttle shift, it jumps up to 9.8. So you've got 9.4 gallons of flow, and you've got 2,630 psi of pressure. And the pressure is actually more important than the flow rate, because the pressure is going to determine your clamping force onto that log, or your splitting force onto that log. The flow rate is just going to determine how fast the splitter cycles. So let's say you have a log splitter that is recommended at 10 gallons per minute. We've got 9.4. You know, we're probably going to operate that splitter a little bit slower than what's recommended, but it's still going to work just fine because we have enough pressure to operate that thing. And I guarantee you, if you do enough research, you will find other skid steer mounted splitters that will work, you know, within that same range as your flow rate and pressure for your particular tractor. All right, so let's get the bucket off, get the forks on there, and move one of those big firewood baskets and see how this tractor does. I almost forgot, horsepower. So this has a 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine. It has 42 horsepower with a 32 horsepower rear PTO. No turbocharger on this one, which I like. I don't think you get a turbocharged diesel until you get up to the 50. I believe it's the 5060 is the first one that's turbocharged. Not too bad. 2 tries. Alright, so early impressions are night and day difference compared to picking that basket up with the L3901. I don't even think I was at a quarter throttle when I picked that thing up, and it lifted it with absolutely no problem. I just got the tractor turned around in the driveway. What I'm going to do is back down this trail and through that lower yard and do another, probably do one more turn so I can get into where I want to store them. So you guys will see me kind of loop through here, and then I'll move you down to where I have all the other baskets stored. Oh, all right, very impressed, and pretty much what I expected. You know, a tractor this size with this kind of lifting capacity, no problem moving those firewood baskets at all. So this was definitely the right machine for the job. And you'll hear me say this quite a bit, but you know, you always want to try to match a tractor to the tasks that you have on your property or your job site. And this is definitely the right one for me. You know, a size smaller would be a little bit too small, and I don't think I need to go a size up. I think this is just the right size to handle everything, all the work that I need to do around my property and my firewood business. So very impressed. But you know, we'll continue to see how this thing does with all the different jobs we have for it. All right, guys, that is going to wrap things up. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. You know, as we put this tractor through different jobs on the property, we'll talk about it a little bit more. But I definitely encourage any of you out there that are shopping for the first time or thinking to upgrade to a similar tractor, you know, feel free to reach out and let me know if you have any questions or comments. So thanks for joining me. Like always, please subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see you guys on the next one.